You're sitting on the couch, you're watching YouTube, and your life is passing you by. You keep procrastinating over and over. Well, maybe I get waves next year. Maybe next semester. No, do it right now. You can go in before work, or you can go in after. You can do whatever you need to do to progress. Go talk to someone right now. They're there waiting to help. You spend all day on your phone anyhow. Why wouldn't you want to do something that's going to help your waves and your future? All you got to do is pick up your phone and join the group. Why are you making it so complicated? It's easy.
Right now, this storm looks like it's going to be headed for millions of people. It's going to be a transitioning system, meaning that perfect storm type scenario. We just got the 11 o'clock advisory. It was a category 3 major hurricane overnight.
I'm gonna show you how to take. Show you how to take.
What's up, man? What that brush do? You already know what's going down in the green room. Welcome back. It's your boy Hurricane Henry. Today's video, we're going to be talking all about brushes, what you need to know, what type of brush you want to use, in what situation. I'm just going to go over a couple things to help you figure out what's the best brush for you. Before we get started, let's go ahead and just check out some of the brushes that I have. But those are just some of my brushes. I got more brushes than that, but this is all I can fit on my sink. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into this information. The first thing you need to know is there's 3 types of brushes. You got hard, medium, and soft brushes. If you have thin hair, you probably want to stay towards medium and soft brushes. If you have thick hair like me, you probably want to stay towards medium and hard brushes. You should probably use all 3 if you can. They all have their benefits. Hard brushes, they detangle your hair kind of like combs. What a hard brush does is it lifts your hair up off your head at the same time while you're brushing. Medium brushes, a lot of people like medium brushes simply because they're not too hard and they're not too soft, so you can do a lot of work with those pretty much from a fresh cut all the way throughout your woof. Even when you're woofing, you can you have the medium brush. You can still kind of use it as a soft brush if you have thicker hair like me, instead of using the soft brushes. And then soft brushes are good for distributing distributing your natural oils, polishing your hair. It's like a finisher, and it helps lay your hair down also. So like if I had my hair was pretty much laid down like it is right now, it'll be good to use a soft brush, because if I used a hard brush right now, my hair would become unlaid and I would have to put my do-rag on and go through that compression process again. Now there are variations in between hard, medium, and soft. Like you might have a medium hard or medium soft or firm soft or anything like that right there. They have different brushes in between also. So there's basically like 5 or 6 different brushes, but they're basically all fall under one category: hard, medium, or soft. Now that we got the different firmness down of the brushes, let's talk about the different types of brushes. You have your long handle brushes, which are the brushes with handles on them like this. They can be any shape. It all depends on who made the brushes, how the handle going to be shaped, but these are long handle brushes, or aka wave brushes. Some people call these wave brushes. Then you have your clubs. These are your clubs, or your handle brushes, but they're shorter and more square. The long handle brushes, they have more of a rectangle. They'll cover a lot more space. So you have your club brushes. Here's another example of a club brush. They're just the short handle brushes that are more squarish. And then you have your palms. This is a palm. A palm doesn't have a handle at all. It's just something you can fit in the palm of your hand. Hence the name palm brush. Some people call this a military brush. That's the correct name for it, I would say, the military brush. And then you also have your style brushes. They're usually 5 to 7 rows. Brushes like this right here, they're long, skinny brushes. They're good for your crown area, working on smaller areas. So those are basically the 4 different types of brushes you will use in waving. You want to make sure all your brushes are boar bristle brushes. You don't want any nylon bristles or the synthetic bristles, because they don't really work good with our type of hair. Now I want to go over 2 different types of brushes for long handle brushes. You have your 9-row brushes, which are the Torino Pro brushes. Then you have your 7-row brushes, which are like the Dianes or the Royalty brushes. The 9-row bristle brushes, simply because I have thicker hair, they have more bristles, so it's going to give me the pull on my hair that I need. That's the most important thing when it comes to a brush, the pull of the brush. You want to make sure it has the correct pull that you're looking for the situation. Like I said, if you just coming out your rag, you don't want to come out with a hard brush and you're about to go to work, because that's going to lift up your hair. The whole purpose of everything we do is to lay our hair down. So you don't want to do that. Another thing you want to take into factor when you picking out brushes is if you're a compressed waver or uncompressed waver. And let me just dig into that a little bit more. A compressed waver is someone who is always ragged up throughout the day. If you're not brushing, you're probably ragged up. If you're out, you ragged up. If you like I just if you ain't brushing, you ragged up. That's basically what compressed waver is. You're always ragged up throughout the day. The only time you pretty much come out your rag is to brush your hair, then you rag back in it. That's a compressed waver. Those type of wavers usually want to stay with a medium or a soft brush, because you want to keep your hair laid. Your hair is usually laid down most of the time, so you want to use a medium or a soft brush so your hair doesn't get lifted up off your scalp. Now there's the uncompressed waver, which is what I am. Uncompressed wavers usually only wear their compression to sleep, and throughout the day they don't have on a do-rag, or they're usually brushing throughout the day, or whatever the case may be. You don't have your do-rag on throughout the day. The only time you usually wear your do-rag is at night. And to be honest with y'all, it's some nights I don't even put on my do-rag, man. I be like, man, forget it. I know that's breaking the wave code or whatever, but you know, it worked for me. I don't have any problems not wearing do-rag. What I usually do, if I don't wear a do-rag, I'll get up and I'll wash. But let's get back to the subject of brushes. There are many different types of brushes. Oh yeah, I forgot. Let's talk about curved brushes for a second. You have your curved brushes by CQP. I know 360 Wave Process just came out with one. Rico Remix got a curved brush. Annie has a curve. Here's a curved Annie brush. I got the curved long handle one also. And I mean, curves are just a personal preference. I got a curved one right here also. I don't think that they cause forks. I think the user, the person using the brush, is the person that caused the forks. The brush itself cannot do anything but what the person holding it makes it do. So, I mean, you have to learn your angles no matter what type of brush you use. You need to know your angles. because without knowing your angles, you're always going to have those forks in your head, and your waves aren't going to line up. They aren't going to get deep. They aren't going to get thick. They aren't going to get wide. And those are what we're brushing for, because we want those thick, wide waves. Let's just review all the things that we talked about so far. You got hard, medium, and soft brushes. You got 7-row. You got 9-row bristle brushes. You got long handles, clubs, and palm brushes. You got know if you're a compressed or uncompressed waver. You have straight brushes, which is what most brushes are. Then you have your curved brushes or contoured brushes. And that's pretty much, I think that's pretty much it when it comes down to brushes. Now, like I said, to find the best brush for you, all you got to do is take in all those factors and put it together. I know you already have a brush that you're using so far, so if you like that brush, try to find more brushes like it. You want to make sure your brush has enough pull. The quality of the pull is what's going to make your waves pop. It's what's going to build your waves. You want to make sure you have good quality brushes. I mean, you can get waves with a $1 brush, but it's going to be a lot harder than if you had a better tool. With that being said, that's going to wrap up this video, man. And y'all already know what I'm about to say. I got a sink full of them. I got a sink full of them, huh? If you ain't got you none, you better grab a brush and get you some, huh? Hurricane, man. God bless y'all. Thank y'all for watching. See y'all later.